Hello lovely, how are you? And welcome to our final video number 4. And this is twofold really in this video. We're going to be using our journaling for forecasting, a little bit of a psychic intuitive process to just tap into what's coming up for you over the next couple of months. And then we will close off the video series by talking about where to from here and how you can keep working with your journaling and making it work for you ongoingly. So I hope you've been having lots of fun with what you've been doing, you know. You've been practicing, you know, with the spirit world and all of that, making a communication. Of course, you know, I really want to hear those stories. And yeah, just, I guess this process, the one that I've called forecasting what's coming up, basically, is I use it to, this is actually how I actually do some readings for people. Each year, at the end of the year, I do 12-month forecasts for everyone. And this is part of that process for me. So I'm sharing this with you. Again, it's a belief that no matter where people are, I'm connected. You know, you're connected. We're all connected. You know, and energy is omnipresent. It's everywhere. You know, so you can use this information, and when we know we're all souls, we already know that. We've been working on that understanding. You know, we're connected. My spirit's connected to your spirit. It's just a matter of permission, really. So all we need to do in this instance is what we're going to do is we're connected. Also too, we know, as I said, everything has a soul. So even for me, the months of the year have some sort of soul, you know, like it has my connection to it. It has your connection to it. There is no time and space when it comes to the world of energy, you know. So the fact that we can project forward and receive information around our connection to that time, the reason we can do that is because there is no limitations of time and space. So just open your mind, because time is a man-made construct. The world of energy knows no such thing. So what that means is basically, if we're going to look at next month, the month after that, whatever it might be, the information you're intuiting through this journaling process is your connection to that month. That's the point at which we're starting from. I guess when I'm doing forecasting for others, what's going on there is I'm tapping into their connection to that month and what's going on. So it has another layer. But certainly where we're at right now and what we're starting with is you intuiting your connection to the month that's ahead. So, so all that I do in that instance is you take your journal as usual, you know, and however you've been preparing, you know, whatever you feel like you need to do to be in that moment. Hey, you know, one of the things that I love to do when I sit down to journal is have a cup of tea with me, you know, so feel free, any of that sort of thing, you know, have your cuppa. I'm just hearing in my head, glass of wine, you know. That wouldn't work for me. However, whatever you feel comfortable in doing, basically. So again, you know, just if you feel the need to call forth that part of you that knows how to do this, that divine sentient being that you are, you call forward into consciousness, into living awareness right now, then call forward, you know, call forward. Just go with that. And then all we do is we take our journal. At the top of the page, write the month. Okay, so right now I'm recording this for you in the month of September. So what I would do is up to you whether you want to use the current month or whether you just want to jump into the next month. You know, so at the top of the page I would write September or October, whatever it might be. And then the question that I would use would be, September, please reveal to me all that I need to know about you. You know, what can you show me about my connection to you? What is it I need to know that's coming up for me in the month of September? You know, write some of those kind of questions and then just go, just again, whatever flows in, write it down. You know, like just feel it. You might feel it. You might have a thought of someone in your life might pop into your mind. You know, like for example, you might your mum might pop into your mind, or one of your children might pop into your mind. Write that down, and then next go, okay, what do I need to know about them? You know, because it might be like with the kids, they might be having something happen at school. It might be, you might feel illness around them. They might get the flu or something, you know. Just those. So if you do have a thought pop in about someone that you know, take it to another question, because it's just, because I know how the process works. It's basically when something like that pops up, it's like, okay, what do I need to know about them? Okay. Money might come in, or you might feel like you might have an overall sense of that it's really, really busy or quiet, you know. You might have a sense of new learning. You might have a sense of a social get-together, you know, or there might be a significant shift that you can feel, you know. So write all of those things down, and where you feel like, as it comes in, where you feel like you need to know more information, then write an additional question. Please show me more. Please, what else do I need to know about this? You know, it really is overall just a series of asking the right questions. And that's the thing that I find about intuition, is that it really just comes down to asking the right questions, you know, because the answers will be there. It's just asking the right question and then being objective about the answers, you know. So just explore the upcoming month in that way. Take it out to 3 months even. I'm actually feeling like, for some reason, 3 months would be a real good 3 months would be a really good basis for you with which to start. And the reason being is because if say you do this month, and then you do next month and the month after, you'll get a feel for how the energy shifts and changes. You know, you'll get a feel for how September feels different to October, you know, and then again to November, you know, and it's in those differences that you'll be saying to yourself, oh, okay, I can feel those differences, and they're there. Those differences, that contrast between the months, is the energy speaking to you. If you were making it up, you wouldn't have those contrasts. You know, you wouldn't seep into that. You wouldn't feel those differences. So working with a 3 month span just to begin with is a real benefit in that way, for you to be able to feel that contrast in energetic nature, because over 3 months energetically things will change. You know, you'll have the different feel of seasons, You'll have what different things that are coming up for you, you know, like, because some of it you may already know, some of what your social calendar entails, you know. But also too, you'll just get a feel of how you will feel differently 1 month to the next month. And then I always find it's really fun, well, not just fun, but it's insightful to look back on your month and go, oh, okay, that sort of makes sense now. And as you're going through things in the month, it's always beneficial to pull out your record, your intuitive journaling, and just have a look through, because as you're going through something or you need a little insight and understanding, you can go, oh, okay, that makes sense. I understand what's happening here, you know. And even then, in that moment, you could also get your journal out again and delve a little bit more into it. Go back to video 2, you know, like where we talked about delving into a situation or a project or an idea and questioning it and using your journal to communicate with the soul of it all, you know. So if you're challenged when something comes up in one of your months, go back to video 2 and use exercise video 2 to gain some greater understanding. Okay, so I hope that makes a little sense for you, you know. So again, just have fun with it. Have fun with it. You know, this is, I'm so excited to be sharing these secrets with you, because for me, that's such a powerful intuitive tool. And as I said, this is stuff that I use in my life all the time. I will sit down at the beginning of every year and journal out 12 months. And I would add in there sometimes, depending on what it is, I'll even throw in an oracle card. You know, I'll draw an oracle card for each month just to help me expand even more. So, and access even more intuitive information. So in this instance, you know, writing the month, exhaust your information. But if you feel like you want to introduce using oracle cards or tarot cards, if you know them, any of that, add an additional tool in any way, it will help you just expand what you can capture and the information that you can garner for yourself. Again, the key here is to be objective, okay? Is not to hold on to what you want, but just be objective with the information that can come through. The more objective you can be, the clearer the information will be, okay? So yeah, I guess that's sort of like the conclusion of everything that I can share with you about intuitive journaling. So over the course of the 4 videos, we have used journaling for self-healing. That's a big mammoth task, and I hope you're tapping into that. We've used it to intuit information regarding the soul of it all. So, you know, your situations, your projects, anything that you're manifesting with your heart's desire. We have used it to communicate with the spirit world, and now we're using it to forecast what's coming up for you in the near future. But please bear in mind that what I've given you here in the course of this series is really just a foundation. You know, it's really just the floor of your house, basically. You know, it's a foundation. I really hope, and what I would want for you is that you take what I've taught you, what I've shared with you over the course of these 4 videos, and you can make it your own. You can take it and you can work with it, you expand on it. You know, you work with your own inspiration, you grow with the learning, you expand it, you find other ways to use your intuition, you know, and if it's completely different, come and tell me, you know, come and share with me and say, hey, Kerry, you know, I've tapped into this, you know. You know, just explore with it, find other ways to tap into your intuition with journaling. You know, using it to tap into the universe in other ways, more information, you know, use it with, if you do readings, use it with your clients, you know, use it with your friends, all of that sort of stuff. Just have fun with it. Now, what I would, and that's, I guess, one of the things about where moving into what's next, I guess, and that would be what I would want for you, is that you would grow and expand with it, and that you would find unique ways that are there for you to use with your intuitive journaling. And no limits, just run with it. Go, whatever you feel inspired to use it with, then go with it. That's what I would say. So what I would suggest for now is keep using your journal. You know, I would say at a minimum I would use my journal a couple of times a week. At most, if I'm being challenged with something, it's basically, it would be out every day. You know, but I guess the thing is, anytime I feel the need that I need to get clear, that I need clarity, that I'm asserting something, a goal, or to the universe, if I feel like I need to ask the universe questions and get some understanding, that I'm doing all of that in my journal. Writing my experiences even in my journal, you know, I'm getting clear on what I'm creating, all of that sort of stuff. Everything just goes in my journal, basically. So yeah, so if you're, keep using your journal, especially if you're seeking guidance, understanding, insight, if you want clarity, direction. Anytime you're working on a new project and setting goals, then I would be getting out the video for the soul of it all. If you are held up in your manifesting, using the soul of it all again, certainly. And if you want a little more insight, then it would be this video and the forecasting. So they're the times. And certainly, even if you do need a little, if you're stuck in your manifesting, then sometimes it might actually be better, thinking about it, to visit the soul of it all, number 2, but then come back to a little self-healing and create a shift. Now, just remember what's coming in here for me as a reminder for you is that if in all of your journaling, with what comes through for you, is if you find that there is action that is needed, that it is really important that you follow through on that action. As I said in video number 1, that when action is required, that's what creates the shift, okay? The journaling, coming to that understanding, yes, but it's in the action, the doing something differently, the changing our behavior, behaving differently, going out and stepping out of our comfort zone. It's all of those things that actually create the shift, okay? So it's really important that I finish on that note, because when you come to the actions that filter through when you're journaling, don't hold yourself up with fear or procrastination and worried about where it's going to go. Trust that your intuitive self, that part of you that's connected to the divine, it has your back. I can promise you it has your back. So honor the actions that needed to be, because that's where you'll find where the magic really happens. So I'm going to leave that with you, and I'm so grateful for you. So grateful that you chose to spend this time with me, that you chose to partake in the secrets of intuitive journaling that I could share with you, and that you gave me the opportunity to help you in this way. So thank you, and I look forward to working with you again in the near future, and God bless.